Welcome to musicmoveit.com. I am Torio, and today I want to talk about releasing singles instead of albums. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you like this video in the end, give it a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I do tons of videos on music business advice, and I do song reviews every Friday. Now, let's talk about back in the days a little bit. Even now it's done, but more back in the days with new artists. A label would sign them, they'd develop them, a brand new artist, and they'd release a single. Single would get sent to radio would play it, hopefully, all that good stuff. And they'd start having the artists, start building up anticipation for the full-length album. And usually a single maybe would be, released a month or two before the album, just to get people hungry for the full album. Full album comes out, people buy it up. Now, we live in a different age now. This method is still being done, but more for established artists who have a humongous fan base. They could still pull this off no problem, because they'll always have those core fans that'll buy pretty much anything they put out. But as a newer artist, the strategy now is to just release singles, because it is technically a singles-driven market. Think about it. A lot of these new artists, you just constantly hear singles out. Then they'll do features on other people's songs and things like that. But it takes them a while to put out a full album, if they even do. A lot of times they will eventually, but they continue to release these singles. Now, why is it a singles-driven market? Well, obviously it all started once people can start downloading and streaming music. People will download their favorite song off the full album and maybe not even listen or care about the rest of the album, because they're just listening to what was on the radio or whatever video was out or whatever. So this made it more important to just have singles out, because this is what people prefer. And it makes sense. Think about it like this. If you release a whole album and you have one hot single on there that you're kind of pushing, all that hard work you put into that album might be forgotten because people only focused on the one single. They might not want to buy the whole album. They might, but a newer artist, not as much these days. So it is a strategy these days to release singles. This is what I would do. Continue to release these singles. Don't release like 5 singles a month. That's ridiculous. Release a hot single. Push it. Tour. Touring is extremely important. Build your fan base up. Get emails at shows. Be on social media constantly, pushing this and that, and doing live videos of your shows or live videos of you in the studio, things like that. Build your fan base up with each single that you release, but give it like a few months in between singles. You don't want to release all your music at once. It's not wise. Put out a single, push it for a few months, and tour. Get these fans built up. The only time these days when I personally, or you as a new artist, should release a full album is when your fan base is craving it and they want it. A lot of times, artists will only release an EP, which is an extended play, which is like 4 or 5 songs at the most, not even a full album. But this is the strategy nowadays, and I think people should roll with it because that's how it is. People are just listening to these singles and streaming them and downloading them and things like that. So don't waste a full album until you have the core, large enough fan base where these fans will want it. They'll be asking for it. When's the full album coming out? And these hardcore fans that you built up will buy it up. No problem. But keep doing the singles. This is where it's at. This is what people like. This is what people want. So I hope you liked this little tip. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I put out videos every week on music business advice. And I know there's something you can learn, something that can help your career is there. Also, don't forget to go down in the description below. There's tons of things to help you there. There's ebooks you can download. There's discounts on services, links to discounts on services for distribution services like DistroKid, Landr, TuneCore, all that good stuff. Bandzoogle as well. There's a discount to use that. That's a website builder specifically for artists and bands. It's amazing. Check all that stuff out. And I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next video.